Hola y'all, it's Jessie with Seasonal Southern Living in Spanish. Today I want to show you how to make a quick, easy, and delicious comforting soup for those winter days when you just need something to warm you up, or in my case right now when you're feeling a little bit under the weather and you just want a food that comforts you like a nice big warm hug. I'm going to show you how to make my creamy spicy Italian sausage soup. Bit of a backstory with the soup. It's my version of a really famous or popular soup at Olive Garden that I had probably over 15 years ago with a friend of mine. Not a person who goes out to restaurants and orders soup. I'm just not. But she does like soups and salads. She ordered it, I tasted it, and I was like, this soup is wonderful. And it's not hard to figure out or make because there weren't a lot of ingredients, okay? So if you cook, you can pretty much figure it out. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some Italian hot sausage. I have a package here. It's 1 pound of hot Italian sausage. And it's in its casing. And I'm gonna turn I have a really heavy pot here, my Dutch oven. I'm gonna put it between medium and medium high. And I don't really need the casing. So I'm just gonna squeeze the sausage out of the casing, just like this. And we're gonna brown our sausage first for our soup. I've been feeling under the weather for a couple of days, but I just wanted some soup. Sometimes you just want that really comforting soup. I don't know how else to say it. And we're getting into that part of the year, winter. My husband refuses to eat soups any time that it's warm or in the summer. I'm finishing my last piece of Italian sausage. I'm gonna show you what it looks like in the pot. I'm gonna be breaking it apart with a spatula. Let me go wash my hands. All right, so it looks like this in a pan. And I'm just gonna take a spoon, and I wanna break this sausage up. Something also that makes me feel really good and comforted a little bit under the weather is a really comfortable, soft, cute sweater. And so I put on my little striped sweater with my heart. It's whatever brings you joy and comfort when you need it the most. And this soup is gonna do just that. But doing my hair and wearing a cute sweater does it for me on the outside. While the sausage is browning, I'm just gonna be over here and I'm gonna take this onion, and it's a rather large onion, so I'm only gonna use half of it. I don't know how you store leftover onion, but I always put it in a resealable bag and I pop it into the fridge. My soup, I don't want large chunks of sausage. Show you what that looks like. It's almost done. I have my onion chopped up. And then I'm gonna take some yellow potatoes, not russets. They're like creamy. I like to make mashed potatoes with these. I'm gonna actually leave the skin on. And I'm just gonna cut these potatoes. I'm gonna cut them into bite-sized pieces like that. The soup is very hearty, very filling, and very comforting. All right, okay, now I'm gonna go back to cutting potatoes in just a minute, but my sausage is ready. I'm going to take it out and put it on a paper towel lined dish because there's quite a bit of grease in this sausage, and I wanna get that out. I'm gonna drain that off. Okay, so I'm gonna set this to the side. And I know I just said I wanted to get that grease out of there, and I do. But I'm actually gonna add some bacon fat to that pot. I store bacon fat in my fridge and I use it in cooking all the time. So I'm gonna put that into my pot, and now I'm gonna add that diced onion. You can certainly put bacon in this I didn't want to put bacon in it. I just wanted the flavor of the bacon. And that onion is going to cook in that bacon fat and that residual Italian sausage fat. So it is going to get all of that flavor. And I'm going to turn my heat down to medium. And I want that onion to cook until it's translucent and cooked through. It smells so good in here. I wish you guys could smell. It's fantastical. It smells great. So while that's still cooking, I'm going to continue chopping my potatoes. Okay, my onions are looking really good. Now I'm going to add half of a tablespoon of garlic powder. And I'm going to let this get fragrant and warm up, but I'm going to watch it because garlic burns very quickly and very easily. So I want it to warm up. I want it to cling to those onions. And I'm going to keep stirring, keep my eye on it. And as soon as I start smelling it and thinking that it could possibly even think about burning, I'm going to add some liquid. Like I said, it doesn't take long for that garlic to move from fragrant to burnt. It's good to me. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You can see our onions, our garlic. Now, I want to pour in 4 cups of chicken broth. And I'm gonna move it around, and I wanna scrape up all of those delicious brown bits off the bottom from that Italian sausage. Incorporate it all. And then I'm gonna go and get 6 cups of water and add to this. I'm gonna turn that up a little bit because I wanna bring it to a boil. And I'm gonna add in all of these potatoes that we diced into bite-sized pieces. I don't want this to splash on my cute sweater or I will feel bad. So I might actually put it in my spoon and just lay it a little bit there if they keep falling. This liquid isn't hot, so I'm just gonna go close to it. It's okay. If you are putting something into grease or liquid and you don't want to get it on your clothing, put it or pour it away from you. Not towards you. Don't stir towards yourself either. Okay, let me clean up all the splashes that happened. I like to clean as I go. I don't like a destroyed kitchen. Okay, so I'm gonna stir that in. Okay, I'm gonna turn this up high because I want this to come to a boil. And I want it to boil for about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna pop a lid on it. I'm gonna set me a timer for 10 minutes. And I'll come back. So I still have about 1.5 minutes left of my 10-minute timer, and I put a lid on it. All I'm trying to do is get it to come to a boil quicker. And then I'm gonna add back in my Italian sausage, and I'm gonna add back in 1 bunch of chopped kale. I just bought a thing of kale at the grocery store. It probably equals about 5 cups or so, give or take, but I bought a bunch. I took them off of I took the leaves off, I chopped them up, and I rinsed them in the sink. You can see our soup, our liquid, our water, and potatoes are almost to a boil. Those potatoes are not done. My broth and my potatoes are up to a boil. I'm gonna add back in my Italian sausage away from my cute little sweater so that it doesn't splash on me. There's my timer going off. We drained off all that excess, or a lot of the excess grease. Okay, just gonna turn this around. Italian sausage is super greasy. I mean, look at that. And I mean, the meat had a little residual. If you want to get even more, of that grease off, you could have blotted it on top with a paper towel. I just didn't. Okay, now I'm gonna go grab the kale. So I chopped it into smaller pieces. I've rinsed it, and I'm gonna add it in. And you can let the potatoes cook completely through before you do this, totally fine, but I'm not. I'm just gonna put everything in there and mix it in really well. Let that come back up to a boil. I'm gonna turn the heat way, way down, and I'm gonna pop a lid on it, and I'm just gonna let this cook. And by the time I get back from picking my kids up from basketball, the potatoes should be nice and tender. All those flavors will be good. Then I'll be adding a little bit of heavy cream, tasting some salt and pepper. We'll see what else we need after that. Lid on, heat way down. I put the heat on a medium-low, and we'll be back in just a sec. Okay, so my soup has been simmering away. I brought it very quickly to a very high boil. And now I want to add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. I love heavy whipping cream. I think it makes everything better. Coffee is never the same unless you use heavy whipping cream. That's the secret to great coffee. And if you have a little frother like I do, even better. All right, so I've added the heavy whipping cream. Now I'm gonna bring this back up to a boil. While that's happening, it's time to taste. I haven't added any salt or pepper to my soup yet. I know my Italian sausage is gonna have some salt and pepper in it, and I know that my bacon and bacon fat, will have some salt in it. So I waited till I had everything ready to go, and now I'm gonna taste and see what we need. Okay, we definitely need salt, but we don't need a ton. I'm gonna start with half a teaspoon. And by the way, that soup is incredibly hot and it burnt my tongue. So be careful when you're tasting. And I'm gonna do half a teaspoon of black pepper. My chicken broth also had salt in it. So I'm gonna taste again and try not to burn my taste buds off. That is perfect. Perfecto. La sopa es perfecta. So good. I'm gonna taste it one more time. It is so hot. It is delicious. This soup is that soup, but made at home. So if you like that soup from Olive Garden, definitely try this recipe. And I want to give a shout out to one of my bestest friends who lives in Amarillo, Texas. This is for you, Christy. Love you.